Nancy Jane Culp's life was a remarkable journey, defined by curiosity, courage, and a willingness to reinvent herself at every stage. Born on August 28, 1921, in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Nancy would go on to build a life that crossed boundaries between education, military service, Hollywood, politics, and philanthropy. Few individuals have managed to balance such varied callings with the same grace and determination. Whether she was serving her country during wartime, bringing humour and intelligence to television screens, or mentoring young artists later in life, Nancy approached every role with sincerity and commitment. Her story is not simply one of fame, but of purpose, of a woman who consistently sought to contribute, learn, and grow. Through discipline instilled in childhood, resilience gained through service, and compassion demonstrated in her later years, Nancy Culp crafted a legacy that extends far beyond the entertainment industry. Her life stands as a testament to adaptability, lifelong learning, and meaningful service. Early life and family influences. Nancy Jane Culp grew up as the only child of Marjorie and Robert Tilden Culp, a dynamic pair who profoundly shaped her worldview. Raised in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Nancy benefited from the close attention and guidance of her parents, forming a strong emotional bond that influenced her character. Her mother, an educator, emphasized discipline, intellectual curiosity, and the value of lifelong learning. From her, Nancy inherited a respect for structure and an appreciation for thoughtful communication. Her father, a traveling salesman, introduced her to adaptability and independence, exposing her to the idea that success often requires flexibility and courage. Together, her parents created a nurturing yet challenging environment that encouraged self-reliance and ambition. As an only child, Nancy developed a strong inner voice and imagination, traits that later supported her work as a writer and performer. These early lessons became the foundation upon which she built a multifaceted and resilient life. Education and the awakening of a writer. Nancy's passion for writing emerged early, nurtured by her academic environment and her mother's influence as an educator. Determined to pursue her interests seriously, she enrolled at Florida State University, where she studied journalism. The move to Florida marked her first major step away from home and signaled the beginning of her independent adult life. Graduating in 1943, Nancy left the university with more than a degree. She carried with her strong communication skills, discipline, and confidence in her voice. Journalism trained her to observe closely, think critically, and tell compelling stories, skills that would later translate seamlessly into acting. Her years at Florida State were formative, broadening her worldview and sharpening her sense of purpose. Though she could not have predicted where her path would lead, this academic foundation quietly prepared her for careers in both public service and entertainment. Military service and a call to serve. As World War II reshaped the world, Nancy felt a powerful sense of responsibility to contribute to her country. Answering that call, she joined the United States Naval Reserve and became part of the WAVES program, a pioneering branch that allowed women to serve in critical military roles. At a time when female service members were still a novelty, Nancy embraced the challenge with determination and pride. Her service demanded discipline, adaptability, and emotional strength, qualities she already possessed but further refined during her enlistment. She earned commendations for her performance, standing out as a dedicated and capable service member. Honorably discharged in 1946, Nancy left the military with increased confidence and a deepened sense of civic duty. This chapter of her life instilled resilience and self-assurance, equipping her to face the uncertainties of a post-war world and the competitive realm of Hollywood. first steps into Hollywood. After completing her military service, Nancy made a bold transition into the entertainment industry, a move that reflected both courage and curiosity. Her first film appearance came in 1951 with The Model and the Marriage Broker, a modest role that nevertheless opened doors. Hollywood was an unfamiliar and competitive landscape, but Nancy's intelligence and professionalism quickly set her apart. She followed this debut with roles in films such as The Caddie, where her comedic instincts began to shine. A key milestone came with Sabrina in 1954, a classic film starring Audrey Hepburn and Humphrey Bogart. Though her role was small, the exposure proved invaluable. Simultaneously, Nancy began appearing on television, finding opportunities to refine her craft. These early years were marked by persistence, learning, and gradual recognition, laying the groundwork for a lasting career. Television breakthrough and growing recognition. The mid-1950s marked a turning point as Nancy found steady success on television, a rapidly growing medium. Her role as Pamela Livingstone on The Bob Cummings Show showcased her ability to blend intellect with humour, earning her widespread recognition. Audiences responded to her natural presence and nuanced performances, and she quickly became a familiar face in American households. Beyond her regular role, Nancy guest starred on numerous anthology and dramatic series, including Schlitz Playhouse and General Electric Theatre. Her versatility allowed her to move effortlessly between comedic and serious roles, making her a reliable and respected performer. Television offered her consistency and creative freedom, enabling her to develop a strong professional identity. During this period, Nancy cemented her reputation as a skilled character actress, whose performances elevated every production she joined. Film work and career longevity. Throughout the 1960s, Nancy expanded her film career while maintaining her television presence. She appeared in comedies such as Who's Minding the Store, alongside Jerry Lewis, demonstrating impeccable comedic timing, and in films like Strange Bedfellows. Her role in the western The Night of the Grizzly further highlighted her range and willingness to explore different genres. Despite her growing success, Nancy remained grounded and focused on the craft rather than celebrity. As the industry evolved, she adapted, returning to television in the early 1970s with a prominent role on The Brian Keith Show. Her longevity was rooted in professionalism and adaptability, allowing her to thrive across decades of shifting trends. By continually refining her skills and embracing new opportunities, Nancy sustained a respected and enduring presence in entertainment. Guest appearances and mentorship. In the later stages of her acting career, Nancy remained active through guest appearances on popular television series such as The Love Boat, Fantasy Island, Simon and Simon, and Scarecrow and Mrs. King. Though these roles were often brief, her performances were consistently memorable, marked by warmth and precision. She also revisited familiar territory in projects like The Return of the Beverly Hillbillies. Beyond the screen, Nancy maintained a deep connection to theatre, participating in local productions and mentoring younger actors. Teaching became a natural extension of her career, allowing her to share hard-earned wisdom with emerging performers. Her generosity with time and knowledge reflected her belief in community and growth. Even as her on-screen roles diminished, her influence within the artistic world continued to expand. Public service, politics, and philanthropy. Nancy's commitment to service extended beyond entertainment. In 1984, she entered the political arena, running as a Democratic candidate for Pennsylvania's 9th Congressional District. Although she did not win, her campaign underscored her dedication to education, welfare, and civic responsibility. Following this chapter, she returned to teaching as an artist, in residence at Juniata College, where she inspired students through practical instruction and personal example. Philanthropy also became central to her life. Nancy supported numerous causes, particularly those focused on animals, the arts, and individuals with disabilities. Her involvement with organisations such as United Cerebral Palsy reflected her compassion and advocacy. Whether through politics, education, or charity, Nancy consistently sought ways to make a tangible difference in the lives of others. Conclusion: a legacy beyond the spotlight. In her later years, Nancy embraced a quieter life, first on a Connecticut farm and later in Palm Springs, California, where she remained active in charitable and cultural organizations. Her work with the Humane Society of the Desert and the Desert Theatre League reflected enduring passions that had shaped her entire life. Looking back, Nancy Kulp's legacy is one of balance, between ambition and humility, public success and private purpose. She navigated multiple careers with authenticity, never allowing one identity to define her completely. Her reflections, including her vivid recollections of colleagues like Red Fox, reveal a woman who valued people as much as achievement. Nancy's life story is ultimately about contribution to her country, her craft, her students, and her community. Through dedication and compassion, she left a legacy that continues to inspire